Good afternoon, this is DW from Florida. Welcome to Life's Lessons. Now I've got a Samsung front loader, as you can see there. Hi, I'm here. Hi, can you see me? Great. Okay, now I'm just doing a quick wash on a 33, which is there. It's 33 minutes, give or take. And then obviously what happened is, as you can hear, ND appears. Now, if ND appears on your washing machine, your Samsung washing machine, there's two things that could actually have happened to that washing machine. ND stands for drainer. It's the draining of the water. Now, obviously, when the water goes in and it does the first wash, it will then, all the water will then go down and it should kick out through the pipework at the back. One of the problems is it doesn't kick out because, let me just pull this little door open. Inside there is a cage which I will show you, and that cage will capture any dust particles, dirts, lint, coins, earrings, small objects. It will catch that, which can also block or stop the motor, the actual drainer motor. So that's one option, and hopefully that is your problem. Now the other option is it's a faulty pump. Now I know what the situation is with this at this moment in time, because I've been monitoring this for literally three and a half months, just to work out the cycles, what happens, why it happens, and things like that. I'm trying to understand, I try and understand machinery before repairing, so I understand why I'm repairing something. So with this, I'm going to show you how to drain this unit. You have to drain it because that door will not open while that ND is on. You can power it down, but then you take out the water, and the door will probably open because the water will go just slightly below that door. But what will happen is the clothes will be sodden, they'll be soaked, and no one really wants to be hanging that out or redrying it. So you might as well help it through its cycle. Now the cycle will be, first of all, we drain it. Now as you can see, there's a black pipe. Do not open this while there's water inside. Pull out this little pipe, this little tube, this rubber tube, and as you can see on the very end there's a grey plastic device, and that's just a bung or a stopper. That can be twisted and pulled by holding one hand on the rubber and the other hand on this, and turn it. That's what this is for, to turn and pull at the same time while one hand's holding this hose. But also what you need, which I've prepared just to show you, is a cloth and a small bucket or a pan, whichever. The bigger the pan, the better, so you can get something. And then a bigger bucket than that, because once this starts filling, it will not fill to the top. It will only fill so far because of the angle that you're going to be turning it to get the water in, and then the water will start to come over the edge at an angle, which I'm going to show you. Then you pour into the bucket and then do the next lot, and then it will probably go, this is about 14 inches, 12 to 14 inches high, so it will probably go to about there, which is about 12 inches. It will fill up to there with the amount of water you're going to be taking out there right now. If you open this little door, this stopper, it will flood out onto the floor. If you haven't got tile, it'll soak your carpet. You can play devil's advocate and you can put loads of carpets down just to get it to empty. But what's the point in doing that? You're creating more problems. So I'm going to show you what I need to do, or what you need to do, step by step. You will be sat inside your utility room on the floor for a period of probably 30 minutes just to get all this cycle through. It's worth it because then you can have clean clothes, not smelling in old water, and then you can put them into the dryer or hang them outside or whatever you're going to do with them. So I'm just going to give you a quick run through. I'll pause it here and then I'm going to get myself organised. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take off this plastic door, this cover door, and all you do is you pull from the left and take out. As you can see, there's a hook, a bigger hook that side than there is that side. So it's left, pull out, and when it goes back in, right first, and then that way. Yep, so it's easily come out, not going to damage anything. Get your towel underneath. Now this is not important, the towel, because you can wipe up afterwards. Then what you do is you get one hand on the pipe, turn. Can you see it squirt out then? So you just take this off, keep this handy, keep this nearby, and then tilt it down. I saw some lint come out of that. So now this pipe's smaller than the big hole at the bottom. Did you hear the click then? That was the door releasing because it's now gone past. We've just released some of the pressure. It now allows via a micro switch, and a micro switch is, as soon as it gets to a certain level, it will allow certain things to happen, to move on to the next level. As soon as the water gets to a certain height, the machine will turn. When it gets to a certain level below, the program will change on to the next program. That's the process. But the big hole at the bottom, this big area here, if I open that, a gush of water will come through. But because I'm taking it this way, as you can see, there's only a little bit coming out. So this is going to be a slower process. Now the ND is still making that noise, and if I want, I can press pause on the actual, I'll just press pause. Pause now takes me back into the normal mode. And I'm going to stop it. I'm going to pause it again. And by pausing it now, it's going to allow me, it stopped that ND flashing. Let me just show you that. I've got one hand on this and one hand on that. So now it's back to 21 on there. That's now on pause. I've paused it. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm just going to release, like I said, I'll show you the first part, and then I'll pause it and get everything emptied. When it gets to a certain amount, see if it gets too full, it's going to spill like I just showed you. So I'm going to just let it fill so much. Right, now what you do is, obviously you're not going to have a camera in front of you, so you put your thumb over it, stop it, pour that water into your bucket. So that's what I've started. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself into position, get myself emptying this, and like I said, this is going to take 3 or 4 of these buckets. I didn't do a lot actually on the first one. You get it ready again, hold it like that, and you just let it fill as high as it can go up to this level, up to here without spilling. And you can adjust the angle depending on what bucket you've got or what pan you've got. If you've got a pan, it's going to be a slower process, but it's going to be a lower down. The pan might be lower down, so you might be able to get more in it. I don't know. This is the only process I had. This is the bucket I had. So like I said, I'm going to pause it for now. I'm going to empty this out, and then I'm going to proceed to the next part of the what you need to do. So now I've finished emptying this. There's going to be some water left in there, or a bit of residue, or a bit of water, because obviously I'm not getting that low. As you can see, it's coming out. So one option is you can just continue to put the bucket on, or the pan under, or if you wanted, in theory, you could go stop and turn it on, and it will continue to, because the water's now gone, it will continue the process. But then if it is just clogged up down here, then it will go back into ND at the next wash within the next cycle. So what I'm going to show you now is how to just open this. So I just want to show you the water. That's where I've got to. Now if you, as you can see, just there, and that's probably about 8 inches. So if you, again, this is still on pause. If I pressed pause now and take it off pause, it will start to cycle. This will start to, you know, the actual unit will start to spin and do its next program. Right down here, like I said, let me zoom in on that. That little door there. Now I've got towels. I'll put a bit of light near to it so you can see it. Hopefully, there. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this. Now some water will come out, but not as much as previously. There you go. So as you can see, it's dirty water. It's got soap suds in there. You can dry that out. Now don't stick your fingers in there if the unit's on. Make sure this unit is on pause. Do not turn the unit off. If you are trying to get this emptied, then and you turn it off, it will turn it back. It will go back if you turn it back on to the beginning of the program. Now, as you can see in here, you can see that dirt there. So, right, so it did have some dirt in there, which covered up an area. You can see it's there. You can see that, but there was a bit more than that in there, and some came out while I was opening it up as well. And there's obviously dirt there. But that wasn't the problem for me. I'm going to rinse this off. So I've rinsed that off in the water, so I know it's clean. As you can see, it's clean. The cage is good. Can you see, can you see that little lip there? That lip, when you put it back in, let me see if I can just take this off. Bear with me 1 second. Inside there, you can see at the bottom, just down here, there's a little lip. That is where that goes. So if that was a clock, that would be on 7 o'clock. So this has to go in at the right angle so it can be reclosed. If it doesn't, that's what happens there, look. It just keeps turning and turning. So you've got to turn it so it goes in. Right, where is it? Yeah, I was way past it. And you can see it sits in better. And then you turn it so it sticks. So, but what I want to show you is something else. So I'm taking this back out. Inside there, can you see just here? There. I'm going to stick my finger in it. So just bear with me 1 second. Oops. There's a hole. Oh. Let's turn it this way. There you go. You can see that extra little channel there. That leads to the motor. And if it's on pause and you stick your finger there, you can feel the blade. It's a little small blade, about size of a quarter, and it spins round. And then this pipe feeds off from it so that whatever doesn't go that way and pumps all the way back up, like I said, through the drain into the drainage system, you can empty it out there. So as you can see, there's not a lot of water there, but if I tilt that down, you see water coming out because it's gathered inside there. So I just wanted to show you that. So the next process for you guys, if for instance, like I said, if this you didn't want to clean this out, you thought, well, let's go through the cycle, you could have left this in, put the stopper back on the end, and then as soon as it gets so low, past on the water scale, as soon as it goes so low, this will automatically kick back in and start working. So what I'm going to show you now is it working. Right, so get this in there, it sits in place. Lock that in. Put the stopper on there. So but I've only pushed it on with my hand and things, so that's good. That'll hold. Now, let's just get this low again. Right, okay. Let's move this light a bit so it's out of the way, so it's not in your way. Okay, so now on pause. Press pause. It's now locked the door. Can you hear that noise? That humming noise where it's going, that humming noise is telling you that the blade is trying to move. Now the motor might be dead, it might be electrical fault and it's damaged, but it's definitely not turning the blade. Because when the blade turns, it's a louder noise than just the humming. So, but like I said, I know what's wrong with mine. Mine, the actual blade has broken off on the end. And I can feel it wobbling around, moving around. So I have actually ordered my part, and I will do another step on if that is your problem, then you will see how to repair that and how to replace that. And it's only like 30 steps. It's really easy to do. And anyone can do that. But as you can see now, if your problem was the filter and you've cleaned it out, it will then continue to go through its cycle and work its way from 20 down to 17, do its next spin. It'll fill it up with water again, do its next spin, empty it out again, and then it goes to 12, empties again after a spin, and then goes down 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then on 1 it goes bidding, 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 and finishes. And gives you the little chime if you've got the chime set up. So that's what I wanted to show you. I will just add on the other times. No, I won't. I'm not bothered with that. But I will say to you, if you're on a full heavy duty spin or heavy duty wash or normal wash, you will be on, like, I think it's 1.5 or 1.15 or something like that, depending on which one you're going on to. And I can't remember what those spin time cycles will be. But if you want, and you're on the high one, and then it gets to that point where it won't empty, first of all, what I say is pause up there, or turn it off. Turn it off, empty it, get it down to nothing, check inside. If there's nothing inside there and it's the problem with the motor or the pump, then take it straight to quick wash and start on quick wash, because then it'll be a quicker cycle to get those clothes at least clean and drier to then get in a dryer or hang outside or what you're going to do with them. So at this moment in time, this is going to be spinning heavy, and there'll be some more residue, some more water going to be coming out of there, because that's what it needs to do. It's throwing off all the water. It leaves it in here, and it'll start to build up inside here, and it needs to be emptied. You can hear it humming. So that's telling me it needs to be emptied again. So as soon as it gets to 17, that's when it'll be starting to say, look, empty me out, or I'm going to make that ND noise again. So, okay, I'm going to stop it here and just show you the final part. You take care. Right, so when this gets to 7 or 8 will be the fast spin. You should have this pipe in the bucket, kicking out any excess water. It will count its time down to from 8. As soon as it gets to 7, it's a steady spin, kicking out any residue, any waters, and literally just for about 3 or 4 minutes. There's no, well, there's a bit of water coming out now, that's all. It's just kicking out all the water. And then it gets to number 1. So it gives us that noise we're looking for. You can hear the motor. It's just unlocked. And that's it. So guys, I just want to say to you, thank you very much. I'm going to spin me around. Let me see me. Yep, got me. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thumbs up. Any questions, please send me any questions. I keep saying this, and I do get people asking me questions, and I do answer and respond to everyone who sends something. Sometimes it might be like within an hour or so, whatever. Or if it's night time and I'm in bed, wherever you are in, you know, California, wherever in America or States or India or China or whatever, I will respond. So again, please subscribe and follow. If your problem with your Samsung washing machine is the motor, my next post after this, as soon as I get my part delivered, will be, which was next couple of days, will be how to change the motor, the drain motor, pump, whatever. So thank you very much for everything. Speak to you guys later. Have a great day, have a great life, and take care.